We're going to go slightly out of order here because I saw this. I'm really glad, Buckeye Fan 05, that you said this first because we were planning on talking about this, but I had the exact same reaction. Marianne Williamson and the Vanguard were both at Krystal and Kyle's wedding this weekend. Talk about wanting to keep access to politicians. Well, thank you, Buckeye fan. And when we clip this segment, we're going to start it with your super chat. How's about that? So, yeah, we saw this here. So, Corin, who is one half of the Kyle and Corin show, apparently they do like joint podcasts together from time to time. I don't think I've ever watched one, but I know that they do.
I wasn't even aware of such a thing.
Yeah. It doesn't happen that often, but every now and then. The Vanguard Pod fam with the homies Zach and Gavin at Krystal and Kyle's wedding last night. Okay, so they scored an invite to Kyle and Krystal's wedding. Good for them. It's funny how they accuse everyone else in this business who's on a certain side of things of ball riding a certain other host who we've never been invited to any function of his. It seems like they're the ones doing the ball riding here. But anyway, who cares about them? This is the bigger thing. This is Corin with Marianne Williamson at Kyle and Krystal's wedding. Now listen. I don't really want to be an asshole about this. You know, I think what Kyle's doing is pretty gross with this Marianne thing. What Krystal's doing is pretty gross as well. It is their wedding. Mazel tov, like whatever. Wish them the best to the happy couple. Fine. Who cares? However,
is that why you got rid of that ridiculous hair for the wedding?
Maybe, that's a good question. That's an interesting theory.
So it was like right before the wedding.
That's an interesting theory. That you might be onto something there. But what I will say about this is that imagine Joe Biden during campaign season right now made an appearance at, say, George Stephanopoulos' wedding or, his kid's confirmation or bar mitzvah, whatever he is. And he posted a picture of that online. A candidate for president attending a major family event with a member of the media. There is absolutely zero doubt in my mind that both Krystal and Kyle would do a segment talking about how brazenly corrupt that is. Yep. And yet you have these two who basically, as RBN rightfully said, they basically recruited Marianne to run. When they interviewed her last year, they're like, I think you should run for president. Right. They basically recruited her into the race. Now she's appearing at their wedding.
It was like Bill Clinton and Donald Trump.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. And does this not suggest, I'm sorry, that they understand her campaign is going nowhere? Because let's say they actually believed that she's going to catch fire and she's going to become a contender. Would they not understand that at that point, this would kind of become an issue for her? That, hey, these two prominent indie media people who have propped up your candidacy, here you are at their wedding. What's that about? Isn't that weird? Isn't that collusion of a certain kind? Isn't that corruption of a certain kind? They would understand that that would be bad optics, which means they know. Of course they know she's not going anywhere. Of course they know she's running as a favor to them. More or less. That's the way it's functioning in their eyes. And so, yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out, my friend, on the super chat, because we were going to cover that. Not a lot, but I thought those points were worth making. What do you think?
Yeah, and to just show you we're not total assholes, we weren't going to cover this story at all because we were just like, it's their fucking wedding, man. So there's a line. There's a line.
Right.
When we saw Marianne was there, that made it newsworthy.
Right, because that's a candidate. It's the candidate who they're promoting. No, if it was just a Vanguard guys, I wouldn't do. I'm not going to troll their wedding, right? But that's not what this is about. This is about if a candidate for president appears at the wedding of the media people who are most propping them up.
Who are running around claiming that this is a legitimate presidential bid, and they just have her at the wedding, you're right. Like, doesn't that tell you they know that this is a farce?
Right, because it would be somewhat of a scandal if her candidacy ever became serious. Like, it would be. Right. People would want to know. Why are you getting invitations to the media? Why are you going to these media people's wedding?
I mean, we're covering it tonight, but the Democratic Party made it very clear in no uncertain terms. No, there's no competition. There's no primary. There's no debate. There's no nothing.
Please clap.